Danny Welbeck back to Manchester United. I'm serious, you know. There is talk of it as well. Ty Marshall has been talking about Manchester United's options for experienced strikers. You would have heard this mentioned quite a lot from different journalists about which way Man United are going to go. There has been some talk of United going big and going for the likes of Thiago from Brentford. But Ty Marshall of the MEN has played this down and said that Man United are not going to spend big now. So Ben Jacobs says United are talking tentatively about going big and getting Thiago or a player like that. Then you've got more local journalists to Manchester United saying that they are going to go for a more experienced striker and one that's not going to cost a lot of money. Now, obviously, that breaks it down into a few different categories. So I've got 3 options and then a bonus option for you in this video that you need to choose from. First of all, that news on Danny Welbeck. Get your comments in below. First of all, would you go for Danny Welbeck? Let's work our way down. And Danny Welbeck is a clear, easy, obvious target for Manchester United. My thoughts on this are Brighton would not stand in his way. He's only got 1 year left on his contract. Market value of approximately £5 million at the moment. Would Brighton do it? I think Danny Welbeck would hand in the transfer request instantly to come back to Manchester United and finish his career. I can't see Brighton standing in his way, and they would happily let him go. Manchester United bring a player back who knows the club inside and out and would be happy to sit on the bench behind Benjamin Sesko. There is a lot of sense in this transfer. The fact that Danny Welbeck has scored 14 goals and got 2 assists last season as well at the highest level kind of tells you that might work perfectly for Manchester United. Maybe give him a 2-year contract. The thing with Danny Welbeck is he's 35 years old. And you're bringing him in at the wrong end of his career. It won't be seen as a progressive move for Manchester United in some quarters. I think when you break it down, look, I don't want this to happen. I want United to buy a proper striker, as in one that's a bit younger and we can look to the future of. I get the idea of Welbeck coming in and doing a job for United and helping Sesko because he is the model professional and would be absolutely brilliant for Benjamin Sesko. I get it. And United have got other money that they need to spend elsewhere on this squad. Fully understand this. And that's why I want your opinions on it. Get into the comment section and let me know on this one. And United would be interested in doing this. Danny Welbeck has talked glowingly about Manchester United before. He will jump at the chance to come back to Man United. Then you move down the pecking order in terms of prices for Manchester United. Because let's say down the pecking order because according to this report, United don't want to spend a lot of money. So there have been links as well. And these are both... And actually, no, they're all genuine links United have been linked with at one point already around the end of this season going into this transfer window opening. Jean-Philippe Mateta, another player, 1 year left on his contract, approximate value of £30 million. He is 29, so you're spending a bit more on this one and you're moving up a little bit in terms of value. Similar again, I think, in terms of costings for Manchester United. I think they would be open to that because they get a few more years out of him. And when you look at Danny Welbeck being 35, I mean, you could get a Mateta 3 to 4 years potentially as a backup striker at Manchester United, depending on what he wants to do now. This is his last ever move, and he's going to be out of contract at the end of the season. I mean, I can see a world where he stays and then goes on a free, and somebody just takes him at the end of next season. We'll see, but I think Crystal Palace will want to cash in and replace him and use that money to then bring in another striker. So Mateta, masses and masses of experience in the Premier League, 3 seasons in a row, getting better and better. 16 goals, 3 assists last season, and this was injury ravaged as well. And you could look at the injury side of things. Is it worth investing money into an injury-prone player? Not all his fault, and not obviously down to him in terms of the head injury that he got a couple of seasons back. This was his knee injury that had caused him problems. He took time out. He had it sorted properly. Came back and he smashed the end of the season again for Crystal Palace. I am fully on board with Jean-Philippe Mateta. If I'm picking one striker out of all of these that I'm talking about here, I would go for Mateta. That's my pick, but it's not just my opinion. I want yours, of course, with it. So he obviously contract ending as well, 29. I think there's a deal to be done for Mateta. I think he's a serious option for Manchester United, and them links are still there with him. If he is still available come July time, I can fully see Man United going for Mateta, 100% going in on him. Moving on to where it gets more expensive. Thiago, we spoke about him over on Forever United TV the other night. He's going to cost 70 million plus. He's contracted up until 2031. He's 25 in his prime and second leading goal scorer in the Premier League last season. A beast, a monster, absolute diamond for Manchester United. It would be a nightmare transfer to try and get done, though. We know what Brentford are like, and to do it 2 seasons in a row, it would be difficult. United would have to go in very, very strong. And these reports are telling us now, in this update today, because last night it looked like it was on, today it looks like a different story, and it's ever changing. And I want your opinions on this. Who would you believe in these stories? Do you think United will go big on a striker or go cheap on a striker to work on other positions? Let me know in the comments on that also, please, everyone. When you're looking at Thiago, he is the one for the future. But United, according to this report today from Ty Marshall, are saying that they fully back Benjamin Sesko and believe in the ability that he has got in turning into a #1 striker at Manchester United. So anybody coming in, according to this report, is back up to Benjamin Sesko. Let me know what you think of that as well in the comment section. The fourth choice is the swerve ball, is the other option. The one outside the box, which is a loan move for Gonzalo Ramos. 25 again this month, contracted till 2028. The reports on him are PSG don't want to sell him yet. They want to pay more of his transfer fee off and then sell him maybe next season. So the story of United going for a loan with an option to buy for Ramos obviously also hits the mark. This is a player that's used to playing second fiddle. The issue I see with this is he might want to go and play being 25 and play regular football, having been sat on the bench for so long. 12 goals, 2 assists this season in 45 appearances. Doesn't shout out great. I think he's got 6 goals in 30 appearances in League 1. Doesn't look great again, but he's on and off the bench. And do we want a player like that in at Manchester United who is going to want more game time and might maybe kick up a stink? The beauty of this deal and the pros to this deal would be obviously the loan and the fact that it's not going to cost United any money unless they wanted to trigger an option at the end of that loan period. It's really, really interesting which way United go. But if we are to believe the Ty Marshall story from the MEN and what's being said today, then Man United are going cheap on a striker and big on a winger. Now, that opens up a different world, and we will see what happens with this after the World Cup, of course, because all of United's targets for attack and obviously out wide as well, pretty much from what we know, are at the World Cup. So Man United looking ahead to save money and then maybe invest into what they can do now, which we, of course, know is the midfield. Which one of them strikers would you take? That's my question to you. I'm setting you a challenge. It's Danny Welbeck for minimal fee, up to maybe 5 million. It's Jean-Philippe Mateta, reasonable fee, 30 million. 29-year-old, massive goal contributions in 3 seasons in a row. By the way, Welbeck did get 14 goals last season. Remember that, but he's 35. Then you've got Thiago, who is the ultimate striker, but United don't want to apparently bring in direct competition, just back up. Does that cancel that out completely? And then you swerve ball, which is a loan potentially for Ramos. Get your other striker options in as well, who you think Man United should go for. And bear in mind that this story is telling us they're not going to go there. Is it as simple as Lewandowski on massive wages? That would still cost Manchester United a lot of money. A lot of money. Put it this way, Manchester United could bring in Mateta and Welbeck on the prices that we just mentioned, and that could be exactly the same per year in amortization as a free agent because of his wages of Robert Lewandowski. Bear that in mind as well, because that's what it's going to take. Let me know. Get into the comment section. Danny Welbeck back to Man United. Would you go there? Let me know. Like the video. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you all in the next video.